Hi, this is Mr. Wedge, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a collage using Adobe Photoshop. First thing we have to do is open Photoshop. So we're going to go to Start, All Programs, scroll down until you see the folder that says Adobe Design and Web Premium, and the bottom one is Photoshop. There's two, it doesn't matter which one you click. Then you just wait a second for Photoshop to load. These are all the people that helped make it. And when Photoshop loads, you'll have tools on the left and a big gray table to work on. But we're going to open a new piece of paper so we can make a collage onto it. We're going to use our nature photos to make one big picture with 4 or 5 of the pictures we took outdoors. So this is our blank table. We need to get a new piece of paper. And the way you do that is you go File, New. We're going to change width to 12 inches. Make sure it says inches. The height is going to be 9 inches. And the resolution, if it says 72, just change it to 100. It'll look a little better when we print it. And then click OK. And it'll give you a piece of paper. And this is the size piece of paper we use in the classroom too. Now we have to get pictures onto this paper. Basically like cutting and gluing. But we're going to do it on the computer. Here's how you do that. Right up here, this middle button will sort of minimize your window. And if you grab the bottom corner, you can move it around and make it smaller. If you grab the top bar, you can put it where you want it. I'm going to put it over on the right. And now I'm going to open up my pictures that I took outdoors, and we're going to drag and drop them onto this piece of paper. So here's how you get to your pictures. Computer, Shared Files, Elementary Classes, Wedge, Find Your Class, and then you should have a folder, and it has your pictures and your partner's pictures in it. So here's mine. And you can also move this box around and move it out of the way. So you want to see both windows, your photo folder and a Photoshop with your paper. You want to see both because you're going to drag these pictures onto this paper. If you can't see your pictures and it looks like a list like this and you don't know what you're looking at, just go up here to the View menu and go to Large Icons, and then you can actually see your pictures. So go through, look through them. If you want to look at them up close, you just double click one, and then right down here you can scroll through and look at all your pictures up big. I probably won't use that one. It's got somebody's shoe in it. I like this one a lot. I'll probably use that landscape. That's a cool one. So go through and figure out 4 or 5 that you want to use. If you only like 3 of them, then that's fine too. You just want a few. So, and then you can X out. I know I want this one. So I figured out which ones I want. I'm going to drag them and drop them. So you just drag it over and let go. And then to make that X go away, you just hit enter. So now I have a big picture on my paper. I'm going to get a few more. I like this one. So I'm going to drag and drop, hit enter. I like this one. So I'm going to drag and drop, hit enter, and I'll get one more. I like this one too. Drag, drop, hit enter. I've got 4. I'm happy with them. So I'm going to close this folder. And now I can bring Photoshop back up. If you click this middle button again, it'll get big again. I've got all 4 pictures, but I can only see the one on top. So this is how we're going to use layers. Right over here is layers. And if you click it and slide this down, you'll see all your layers. Every time you put a picture in Photoshop, it puts it on a new layer. If you can't see that and it looks like this, just go up and click these double arrows. You're not going to be using color today. So just click the little double arrows. That'll go away. And then you want layers. If I want to put a picture on top of another one, I just take that layer and put it on top. So the next step is we're going to make all these the right size so that we can fit them all onto this piece of paper. And the way we do that is you're going to go Edit, Transform, Scale, and then you can move the picture around. And you can also make it smaller if you grab the corner and hold down Shift. Shift is on your keyboard, and if you hold it down, it'll keep the same shape. If you don't hold down Shift, it'll mess with the shape and it won't look right. So make sure you hold down the Shift key when you change the size. But make it about that big. Move it out of the way. And then I'm going to change the size of this one. But before I do that, I have to hit Enter to make this X go away. So hit Enter. The X went away. Now I'm going to change this picture, but I have to go to that layer. If you just want to move something, you can go up to the Move tool and slide it around. But I can't move this picture with the flower because I'm not on that layer. So I need to make sure I'm on that layer first. And then I can go Edit, Transform, Scale. Scale just means size. Hold down Shift, make it a little smaller, move it where I want, hit Enter. I'm going to do this one, so I need to go to that layer. So click the layer, Edit, Transform, Scale. Hold down Shift, make it a little smaller, put it where you want it, hit Enter. Go to the next picture layer, Edit, Transform, Scale. Make it a little smaller. They don't all have to be exactly the same size. It actually looks cooler if some are big and some are kind of small. So actually I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. It can go off the paper a little bit too. That looks cool. Enter. Now these are all straight. If you want to turn them, which is kind of makes it look cool, it's nice to do that in a collage. If you want to rotate them a little bit, it's almost the same thing as scale. You're just going to go Edit, Transform, Rotate. So I'm going to rotate this one a little bit, and I'm going to move it over just a little. That looks cool. So hit Enter. I'm going to rotate this one the other way to kind of balance it, but I have to go to that layer. If I want to move it, I've got to go to that layer. So click the layer, Edit, Transform, Rotate, turn it a little bit. I'm going to slide it down. So move things around. You can always resize them. Just make sure you're on the right layer. When you're happy with it, you're going to save it. Here's how you save your artwork. File, Save As, Computer, Shared Files, Elementary Classes, Wedge. Find your class, hit Open. You're going to save it into this giant folder and just call it your name. So I'm going to call it Mr. Wedge. Click Save. When you see this box, you can just click OK, and then you can X out and log off. Work hard and have fun.